Hey guys, in today's video I want to cover what are bundlers, insiders and snipers. Now I know a lot of YouTubers and I myself talk about what the bundlers are, insiders and snipers, but I really want you to understand what it is, because when you're trading meme coins you really got to know what these guys are. And you can see here that this says here that we can have sniper count, insiders, and then these are the bundlers here. So you'll see these icons when you're trading Solana meme coins, but do you actually know what they mean? So let's get into it. So the first thing we're going to talk about is bundlers. Now, what bundling is basically you have your main wallet. This is your main wallet. You can have, I don't know, let's say 100 Sol in here. You send it to a distributor. Now, this is called a distributor wallet. When you pay for bundlers, that you can have a distributor. So you send 100 Sol here, and this distributor distributes it to like 150, 20 or 30 wallets. So then when this distributor sends the balance of 100 Sol, it sends like 0.5 to this, 0.4 to this, 1, 2, 3 Sol, 1.7 Sol, 2.6 Sol, 4 Sol, and then 3 Sol here. So that's what it looks like. So you send your 100 Sol to a distributor. Now this distributor distributes that 100 Sol over 50 or 100 wallets. So when you're trading, it looks like 100 legit traders are buying this token, but it's actually a bundler who bundled it. Now, if we look into this, you could see here, let's see something that's actually very heavily bundled here, like 30%, that's insider. So let's see here, 20% bundled. So if we just open this up now and check, we can see in the holders, the bundler is the little square icon. And if we look at it, you can see here that he's holding 8%, 6%, 5.8%. And then this is already sold. He sold bundler. So this together already is like 19% of the supplies held by these 3 wallets. And he's bundled it. This is what a bundler is. So if you don't understand what a bundler is, you can actually check on tools like Frog with Tools is a big bundler. Then there's Kinesis, there's Launch with Vortex. You need to know what these tools are, so then you know how to avoid them and how not to trade on bundled tokens. So like I said again, if you didn't understand, we have 100 Sol, let's say in your wallet. You send it to a distributor that is provided by these bundling bots. And then the distributor distributes it to 50, 20 or 30 wallets. And you can never tell that it's bundled. Another way bundlers do this is they send their 100 Sol to Binance. So let's say this is your wallet. You send it to Binance here, which is Binance. And then from Binance, you withdraw it to multiple wallets. So it looks like these wallets are funded by Binance, but it's actually one person bundling, let's say 100 Sol into Binance, and then from Binance he's withdrawing into like 40 wallets, and it looks like all these are like funded by Binance, you can see here, and they look like new traders, but in reality it's the same guy holding the supply. And that goes hand in hand with fresh wallets. So you can see here fresh wallets. Let me look for something that has a lot of fresh wallet holding. You can check here, fresh wallets holding little. It's usually new pairs that hold a lot of fresh wallets here. You can see here, fresh wallets holding 12%. So if you see this leaf icon, it says address had 0 Sol until 21 minutes ago. So you're safe to assume that this is a new address that was created, and he only funded it 21 minutes ago. So you can see here, this is also funded only 2 hours ago. This is funded 18 minutes ago, and this is funded 18 minutes ago. So these are new addresses. Like if you're a trader like me, you'll have transactions on your wallet. So like my wallet right now is like 6 months old. They'll have a lot of tokens traded, a lot of withdrawals, deposits. It'll have a lot of transaction amount, and it won't come up as a fresh wallet because it has a lot of history. But if you see these green icons, these are new wallets, and you should be wary of them, because more than likely this is bundled, and it'll come up here as 13% of the whole supply is held by fresh wallets, which are new wallets. So I hope you understand what bundling is now. Bundling is very easy to spot, and if you can spot bundles like this and you know what this means now, that 20% bundled, you can avoid a lot of these rogues that new traders get into. Okay, next thing we're going to talk about is insiders. Now insiders is a little bit different. So if you see here that 28% insiders, it's people who had insider information. So usually this is with X or with Telegram. So let's say 4 KOLs message each other on Telegram. They make a Telegram group and they're like, okay, we're launching Fuel token. And they get 50 other KOLs on board. So now these 50 KOLs know that Fuel is launching. Let's say in the next 10 minutes, we're going to launch Fuel. And then they drop the CA into the Telegram group before they post it in the X community or on Twitter. So then all of the insiders get in early, which will look like this. Let's say there's 27% insiders holding, and then only after all the insiders are in, they'll post it on the X community, their TG official, on Discord. So that's what insider trading is. Basically, insider trading is when someone has insider information or early information, they all buy in before they launch, and then once they launch it, they already ate the majority of supply. So let's say they already hold 17K here. Then they share it to the public, and the public starts buying after them, and then they just dump on the public. So that's what insiders are. It's very easy to understand. It's just basically someone who has insider information and they're using that. It's like insider trading with stocks. So I hope you understand what insiders are. And the last thing is snipers. Now, snipers is very self-explanatory. Like a lot of sniper bots usually instantly buy a token. So if you launch this, and we can check here, there's a sniper here. They have bots now. So as soon as a new CA is entered, they'll snipe the CA and they'll have an entry like this. But the way they usually trade with snipers is if they're launching a coin, let's say we're launching steroid, they'll have a bot ready. So as soon as the CA is posted on X or on Telegram or anything like that, the sniper bot will instantly snipe the supply and they'll hold a lot of it. So even with one sold, they might be holding 6%, because when you buy in at 6k market cap, one sold, you're going to be holding a lot of the percentage. So you can see here that none of these are actually snipers at the moment. You can see there was 15 sniper count, but none of them are holding a lot because these are bonded. Usually you'll see snipers in soon or in the early trenches here with new created pairs. That's where you're going to see the majority of the sniper holding. So now that we know what bundlers, insiders, and snipers are, let's do an example here. So let's say I want to buy into Chug here. Now, the first thing we want to look at is the chart. We want to make sure it's not a rug chart. So you can see here it went up, down, up, down. This is a normal looking chart. It's not a rug chart where it's constantly going up, and it's not a chart where instantly, as soon as they launch, they ate 26% of the supply on launch. So now that we have a good chart, we want to see what the top is. So the top is 57k, and we're currently at a 25% dip from the top. So this would be a good entry. But before we buy in, we want to check the community. So we're checking the community here. We have 22 members. We want to check always in latest here to see what's being posted, and we want to see an active community. So see, there's all 29 seconds, 39, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. You want an active community that's constantly shilling and not just a dead community with 22 members and no posts. So let's say the community is good. Okay, we can see here the DEX is paid, which means if we click onto this, they paid for DEX screener. And then we want to look at the token data. So 27% top 10 holders is a lot for me. I would only buy in under 20%. If we go into holders here, we can actually check ourselves to see that 3.8%, 3.5, 3.2, 2.7. So these are a lot. I want most of these to get out before I buy in, because these guys can nuke the chart. So we can see here that they got in at 17k. This guy is probably a bundler. Yeah, he's got in at 8k market cap on launch. This is probably also a bundler. He got in at 11k. And we can see here now that average top 10 holders entry is 27k. So the top 10 holders here, their average entry of these 10 is 27k. Okay, so we want this to go down. We can see there's only 1% insiders holding. That's good. Fresh wallet is less than 1%. That's also good. And bundlers holding is 13%. So if we were going to trade this, I would wait for this to go down to like 20% top 10 holders, and then I'd buy in, because these guys can nuke the chart. So that's how I trade. I look at these tokens and I do my analysis. I don't FOMO. I don't just buy randomly. Like if this is at the top, I'm going to wait for a dip to buy in. I'm not going to buy at the top, and then when it goes down, I'm going to sell because I'm afraid it's going to go down more. We want to have patience. So if this was here, I'd wait for a big drop and then I'd buy in. It's going to drop eventually. People need to take profit. So don't be afraid to just have patience and trade smart. So let's look at the other one. Let's look at fuel now. This is a big red flag. You can see here 51%. We instantly skip this. We don't do any more analysis. 51%. It's just diabolical. We're not going to look at it. Don't even waste your time with it. And you can also see from here, so you don't even have to click into it. So you can see here 24%, 23, 23, 25. This is 13% bundles. And that's how we scan. Guys, you need to learn how to scan. Take your time scanning first, learn the basics, and then start trading with real money, okay? Don't just go in, deposit $500 and start trading random tokens here, and you're going to lose all your money. Have patience and you will be rewarded, okay? So I hope this video is beneficial for you guys. I'll be doing a full Solana meme coin course. Let's say it'll be an hour long, and once that's out, you should have everything you need to trade Solana meme coins. So thanks.